A team that did win at the weekend and made a 2-from-2 was the Limerick footballers. They beat Carlow 119-14 in Carlow, 2-from-2 in the Tailteann Cup, safely through to the quarterfinals. The only team into the quarterfinals already. Neither of us are there, so you're relying on reports and what you heard and updates and all that. But seemed pretty comfortable from Limerick. And we had spoke about their ability to go away to places and put in good performances. And they went under the radar, Matt, coming into it in terms of national headlines and I suppose national recognition. But teams are starting to sit up and take notice of this Limerick team.
They are, and a PTR team wouldn't sit up and take notice. They were scarcely mentioned Saturday or Sunday. I don't know if they had any cameras there. It was one of the few games that there wasn't. But that's another thing, Jack. Well done to the Limerick footballers. And when we were analysing the Tailteann Cup at the outset, before the competition started, we were saying that they should be in the mix for the semi-finals at least. And they're only one step away from it now at the moment. And it was a very good win in Carlow, and it backs up the win over Longford. Now, Limerick had a very, very bright start and went 4 or 5 points up, but allowed Carlow back into it in the second half of the first half, or we'll say in the last 10 minutes. And by half time, it was 8 points apiece. But Limerick introduced, and this will give you an idea of we talk about benches. And I know in normal circumstances, were it not for injury, these two wouldn't be on the bench. Limerick were in a position to introduce Ian Corbett and Hugh Burke at half-time, which, if you talk about football heavyweights, these are two of them. But immediately after half-time, Limerick got a goal. Worked the ball up the field. Paul Maher, who had a very, very good game and was subsequently named on Team of the Week, he finished it. And just speaking of Team of the Week, Peter Nash was also named in it. Nash is having a great run of form with Limerick footballers at present. And they tacked on 3 or 4 points at that stage. So basically, they very quickly put the game out of Carlow's reach early in the second half. But I suppose it's fair to say that the position that Limerick find themselves in this competition at this juncture is nothing more than we expected, because they very, very, very quickly, Jack, put the disappointment of the league campaign to bed and parked it, and really turned over a new leaf when the championship came around, as we saw with their performance against Clare. And the big question, and the Tailteann Cup is all about embracing the competition, and there are still negative vibes going around about the Tailteann Cup. Would people stop it? This is a very, very important competition. Very, very important competition. And we saw what it did for Westmeath last year when they won, the way it lifted the whole county. And this is an opportunity for counties, rather than going into a straight qualifier knockout, to prolong their season and get games. And the whole premise of improving counties is to get games and play games. And Limerick are getting 3 extra games now. The games against Longford and the games against Carlow, very, very valuable games. And now they have a game against Wicklow, which is a dead rubber, a total dead rubber. For the simple reason that Limerick are through no matter what happens, Wicklow are out no matter what happens. But it's a game. It's going to give them an opportunity. How Mark Fitzgerald is going to approach it in terms of using the personnel at his disposal. Is he going to go for a settled team, or try and have a settled team? Now, Ian Corbett has missed 2 games, but he's back, and there's no question about it. Ian Corbett is back in the team. Hugh Burke, a fully fit Hugh Burke, is also back in the team. So suddenly we have options. And obviously Mark Fitzgerald will be trying some of those options, I presume, as against Wicklow. And it's on Sunday week, Jack, in Portlaoise.
Sunday week in Portlaoise at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Just picking up on your points there, Matt. It's very valuable, and they've room to manoeuvre now with the game in Wicklow, knowing that they're through. But when you look at that squad depth now that Limerick have, there's huge strength in depth. You mentioned Ian and Hugh coming off the bench. Robbie Burke is another one back from injury. Killian Ryan is getting closer. You the likes of Tony McCarthy, Cormac Wolfe making his debut, a very good Limerick under-20 player in recent years. We didn't see Gordon Brown, or Davy Lyons on the field. That this Limerick team, slowly but surely, they're starting to get their players back. There's a huge squad depth there. It lends to competition. They're in a competition that they know that they can win. So it's really looking bright for Limerick.
It is looking bright for them. And as I said, where the position that they're in now, Jack, is nothing more than we expected. Provided, but we did put the caveat in, if you recall, that they reproduce the form and build on the form that they showed against Clare in the championship. And that they have done, and done it spectacularly well. So, Mark Fitzgerald and his management team, and indeed the football fraternity in Limerick, must be very, very happy with where they're at the moment. It's a dream situation if you're in a group of 4 and you have qualified top of the group with a game to spare. It's dreamland stuff. They've done so on merit. So really looking forward now to who they will be playing in the quarter final.
Yeah, and also we'll have the game against Wicklow to come before that, and there'll obviously be preliminary quarterfinals. A lot of teams still to be knocked out, but Limerick are safe in the knowledge that they'll be there in the last 8, and they'll be one away from a semi-final. And it's been a long time since Limerick football were in a championship semi-final. So look, I presume the preparations are going well. Training will be good. I presume spirits are in our high spirits in training. So long may that continue for Mark Fitz. And the footballers.
And the semi-final, Jack, is in Croke Park.
Yeah, so we got a taste of it in the league final last year. So it'd be nice to get back there for a championship game.